Wrapping up our final segment on this week's Grizzly Connect, I'm Bryant Johnson as Rachel Dyess chats with us for the first time in her collegiate and athletic career. The freshman with the ASC women's golf program finished sixth in the Grizzly Invite last week. She makes up two incredible freshmen that have led ASC to a pretty spectacular start. Third in the Grizzly Invite, and already it looks like records are going to be shattered all season long. What kind of expectations did you have personally for your first rounds of golf at the collegiate level?
My first round was just to get over the nerves and to play golf, but now it's like shooting like mid-70s and getting better and better.
What was that first tee like for you when you were, approaching a shot that you've hit thousands of times, but under extremely different circumstances?
Very nerve-wracking, but as soon as I got it over with, all my nerves were gone.
You're not too superstitious, but you have routines that you've indicated have allowed you to calm your nerves. What was something you told yourself before that first shot to kind of ease the tension?
Just take it one shot at a time.
Does that honestly work? Because you hear it all the time in sports. So you're telling me in your head, big shot, one shot at a time. That's all you need to say?
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Rachel's coming from a very successful high school program in Texas. She spent 4 years playing in the Richmond area outside of Houston. But golf was, I'm not going to say it wasn't your first love, but it was something you discovered late. When you play soccer for 10 years and freshman year you pick up that club and realize I'm hooked, what does that do to your athletic makeup and almost changing your desire to play a different sport that you've never played before?
It gives you a new level of confidence because you go from one sport to another. You're kind of like converting like all of your like loves and passion. Then you find a new passion and it takes you to a whole new level.
It's Rachel Dyess with the ASC women's golf program. When you struggle those first few rounds, you said it was brutal. You're not making contact with the club. I mean, your shots are just spraying all over the fairway. It's tough. When did you have that one shot, that one round where you realized not only do I love this sport, but I'm getting pretty good at it?
Right after you hit those bad shots. Yep.
So that's all it took, and then you were sold. You also had a chance to play on some pretty prestigious courses. The Robert Trent Jones courses in Alabama are renowned. What's been your favorite course that you've played?
Definitely Redstone, where the Shell Houston Open is played, in Houston, because I got to caddy for a lot of the pros during the pro-ams and stuff.
What was your familiarity with some of the courses in Colorado and New Mexico?
Just kind of like the layout of the courses. They're a lot like Texas, except for the altitude and stuff. That's about it.
So what was the first shot that you hit in Colorado where you realized, I don't have to make a major adjustment, but the altitude and my ability as a ball striker can really benefit playing in this area?
Yeah, definitely how far the ball flies. Like, you definitely have to, like, readjust, like, your clubs and see what you have to hit.
Just chatting with you, it doesn't feel like you're a freshman. A lot of younger athletes we talk to, they're fidgeting, they're nervous in these interviews. They're not laid back. How do you feel like your maturity has affected your play?
You definitely have to be mature because when you're mature, you're a lot calmer during when you play. So when you're nervous, your confidence goes down and everything. So
it feels like Coach Meyer has noticed that too, where early on, I'm sure his coaching style might have been a little more aggressive. When you have young players, you want to see what their makeup is. How has his coaching style changed with you personally since you've put together two really incredible rounds?
When all the freshmen started out, we're all just trying to hit the ball so hard and just to like show them that we're the best and we can go out there and be the best. But he's definitely like calmed us down to where we're hitting our shots so smoothly and like more consistently.
What's the best round of golf you've ever had?
I shot 73 when I was a sophomore in high school.
And what number? I mean, when you're hitting 77 and you've done it multiple times already, what number are you shooting for an average?
Definitely like 75 to 78.
That's a number that we heard from Coach Meyer, and I think a lot of people, you hear that, and it's almost like, well, that's brash. That's quite almost cocky. But the fact is, when you're doing it, and the results have been there, it's not. It's just you showing your confidence. How have some of your older teammates reacted to your performances and these statements? I'm going to shoot 75. I'm going to average 75.
They're definitely really supportive because they've been in our shoes and they know that how much pressure we're under and stuff. So
Chatting with Rachel Dyess with the ASC Women's Golf Program. Everything has just changed rapidly with this program in the last 2 years. We heard Larry Mortensen, the athletic director, single out Coach Meyer at a Grizzly event this week and say he's hearing from everybody across the state that the program has just exceeded their wildest expectations. You're a part of that. Why do you think Coach Meyer has been able to get this program and really have it excel at this moment?
He definitely did some deep recruiting over like the past summer. I mean, he brought in girls from like different states and everything, and we've definitely exceeded our own expectations and his too.
Recruiting at the D2 level in women's golf is such a challenge because you're looking at film, you're looking at scores, and you're looking at those specific nuances. It's not like you're coming in and working with him one-on-one, or you've got AAU coaches like you would have in other sports. What's something really unique about being recruited in women's golf?
Well, he not only looks at the scores and the stats, but he also looks at you as a person, like how your attitude is, like when you hit a bad shot, a good shot, and how you are on and off the course.
So as a freshman, to have such direct influence and impact on the course, what are you now looking to do to kind of share your insights into the game with your teammates and accept the leadership role, which I know you have your eye on?
Just be supportive. I mean, if like whenever we need help, we run to each other. So, I mean, just being there.
All right. Well, it's Rachel Dyess with the ASC Women's Golf Program. Of course, last spring was the first time they've made it to the NCAA tournament and headed to St. Paul, Minnesota for the tourney. When you see something like that after you've recruited, after you've committed to this program, what does that do in terms of your approach and confidence that you've made the right decision?
Well, if they've gone to regionals, they can definitely go a lot further. So, I mean, just getting to regionals is a big step, but I think we could definitely go a lot further.
All right, Rachel, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, this is Bryant Johnson with another edition of Grizzly Connect.